Brahma Swayam Sakshat Sevyo Vandyo Mumukshubhi Nodvejaniya Evayam Tatvajnena Vivekina.
So morning is 7 o'clock, it was heavy. They took it on the boat and he indicated a particular place. So at that point you leave the box. And the box did sink. But later it floated. But the next day morning, they opened it and found a heap of flowers. So with fragrance. And they did not know, he had left no instructions about what to do with this. But they could not leave it just like that. They were attached to that. They brought the box. The report, I made many inquiries in Calcutta and Kashi. They say they brought the box and put it inside in the ground, buried it. And when they were burying it, it weighed heavy. They opened it, they saw flowers in it. But when they tried to bury it, they could not lift it. It's so heavy. As the two of his bodies were there, so heavy. And the instruction was, they heard a voice, don't open it. And he communicated with the two or three people. They were very basic workers, ordinary people who were devoted to him. And it is, somebody says the box is buried. Somebody says the only flowers are buried there. Flowers are body or no body, he is present. That is the truth. The soul does not weigh anything. It is not even 2 grams. Body weighs. It could be 200 lbs. So that is the secret about it. They asked me how to understand this. Various versions are there. I said, he is there. What has happened to the body then? Well, the body is consisting of 5 elements. The contents of the body have gone back to their elements. Water into water, fire into fire, earth into earth, space into space. So he is there. That is how we have to understand. It's a strange phenomenon. And his basic teaching is, if what I have achieved is, you think is a great thing, you too can achieve it. The equality of all men and their eligibility to reach the ultimate. He stressed on it. That is the central message. Whereas Shastra says, oh, you have to be you have to be this, you have to be that. Almost the conditions of discouraging highly and threatening. No, he said, he declared himself to be a very ordinary man at the age of 30 or 40. And I think he went to, when his mother died, her body was burnt, ashes. He sat there, left his home and sat there near mother's funeral place. He did not come back home. He left his properties to his younger brother, left for good. Nobody knows where he went. Ultimately, the last 60 or 50 years he was in Kasi around. Then he was never wearing a cloth on. moving naked. So people objected. The British police officer said, you have to be clothed properly. We don't allow you to move in the streets. Then he stood, you do what you please, silently. They took him, there is a particular police station on the main road. They locked him up inside. They put him in the lockup. A few devotees said, no, you can't do this. No, as a policeman I have to do my duty. It's a public nuisance. People are complaining. And they put somehow 2 locks on the lockup. Half an hour later the police officer came out, and it's tall structure, the police station, old building. Then when coming out, he saw him walking on this roof. Within 30 minutes he was walking on the roof like a madman looking into it. Then they prayed to him, you please come out. Then he said, should I walk into the lockup again? He made gestures. Then we don't know. They left him out. Like that, many things confuse the people. And it doesn't take any interest if the king or the emperor walks on the street, he doesn't look at you. Some young woman, about 30 years, touched his feet and said, Swamiji, my son is dead. He is 12 years old. He is the only source of my sustenance. I have lost my husband. Only my son is, I am having great hopes on my future and his future. He died. He looks at like a madman, doesn't, as though he is not listening. And the woman leaves and he walks there. Then he touches the dead body with his toe of the right foot, and the boy wakes up. He was dead for 24 hours. He called the soul back into the body. That's all about it, silently in one minute. But there are many things. Anecdotes, I have gathered these anecdotes and then put it in that small book. When Maharaja came, Maharajas used to come with their wives and Ramaharanis, retinue, and to take bath in Ganga, and all that they do puja. So Maharajas used to have their own luxurious boats to go on the Ganga. And he was going on the Ganga, Maharaja with all this retinue, paraphernalia and things like that. And they found this man floating on the waters. Then the Maharaja, passing in his boat by the side, he said, you can come. Hey man, you can come, I will take you. Then he simply climbed into the boat and sat there. Then some of the people, local people, said, he is a great yogi, he is this and that. I said. Then he started speaking to him. Only one way, the Raja was speaking to him, he would only nod or smile maximum. And then Maharaja opened a box and brought a sword in a sheath, decorated silver sheath. I said, this sword is presented to me by the Viceroy on the Queen Elizabeth birthday celebration which I was invited to. The Viceroy presented this sword to me with the title KCI, and he gave it to him. Trilinga Swami took this sword and looked at him, it's good, and threw it into the ground. And then with a hue and cry, oh mad fellow, this man is the most valuable sword and all that. Then he was abusing him. He never responded. He stood there. Maharaja was shouting in anger and all that. And some other devotee said, please do something, the Raja is very angry. Something like that. Then the Shogi, he walked into the river again, lifted his hands into the water and lifted up. There were two swords. He gave the two swords and he asked him, now he spoke. Which one of these two is yours, he said. Both are similar. They look similar and he was looking askance. He said, if you are not able to recognize your sword, your own sword for which you have been crying, why do you cry? Throw the other one which is not your sword into Ganga back. He didn't know what to suppose he throws the real one. There is a risk in it. Swamiji, pardon me, I didn't know. He threw one of them into the Ganga. Other was. Such anecdotes are there, a few. The whole small book, Very strange man, interesting man. Jnana, knowledge is the ultimate truth. It is there, you are eligible, you can achieve. You can be my equal. This is what he said to anyone.
Trilinga. But where was he before Kashi?
Adhe cheppede, his whereabouts were not known. There is no diary that he mentioned. He left Kashi, he left his village near Calcutta when he was nearly 50, 45, 50. He was not traceable for 100 years, 200 years, 230 years. Last 40 or 45 years he lived in Kashi. Many things were guessed about him and they wrote he was there, he was here and all. That is no authentic. Not authentic. We don't know about the details. Something a seeker should visit is his Samadhi. But the date of his birth is recorded, date of his going is also recorded. It comes to about 280 years. The question is why did he live? With what purpose? People ask me. He is the ashram, the man managing the ashram asked me. Swamiji, why did he live 280 years when he was not available for the last 50 years? He was just available, that's all I put it, to the seekers. Why is the mountain there? It's available to us. Why is the river there? Why is the moon shining? For us. It doesn't have a purpose of its own. The moon does not exist for his own sake.
ఆయన సమాధి మీద చెవి పెడితే వినిపిస్తుందా నాన్న?
Yeah, put your ear on the samadhi. Sometimes you hear. Not necessarily, if you are here, we are benefited by applying our mind. Here he is. We go there and I have come to you. That's all. Many things, many kinks in our thinking and feeling, they disappear.
When you go there.
That's a place where you don't have to do anything. Then after going there, suppose I start my silence meditation on him. Not necessarily, you go there. There are many things. What do you do to enjoy the moonlight? Go and sit there in the lawn. Just like that. అమ్మ పెట్టిస్తారా?